Prologue. Sparrow Wolf's fate rested in the hands of 5 men, the 5 kings of Calandra. They stood around an oval table, their focus on the treaty splayed across the grooved wooden surface. The ink on the parchment was still wet. The cleric who'd penned the document hurried to collect his belongings, then scurried out of the room now that his task was complete. The underground cellar was cloaked in shadow. The scents of dank rock and acrid smoke filled the air. One of the lamps was sputtering out, the oil in its reservoir nearly gone after hours and hours of negotiations. Sparrow stood against the stone wall as a silent observer of the discussion. A fire crackled in the hearth, but its heat could not chase away the cold that had crept into her bones. She clenched her teeth to keep them from chattering. A numbness was taking hold of her body, creeping into her fingertips and toes. With the goddess Daria's luck, that numbness would soon dull the ache in her heart. Not one of the 5 kings paid her any attention. Not even her father. They were too busy debating who she would marry. The Voster high priest hovered behind the men. His bare feet hadn't touched the floor since he floated into the cellar. The dim light leached any hint of color from his pale white skin. His eyes, those solid, dark pools, stayed locked on the treaty. The moment the kings came to an agreement, he'd seal their oaths in blood. The priest's hands were clasped in front of him, and the thick, dark green nails protruding from his fingers were so long they curled into his robes, the burgundy fabric as dark as the storm cloud over her heart. The kings were dressed in bold fabrics, reds and greens and blues and teals, each proudly representing their respective kingdoms in color and the emblems stitched into their clothes. Sparrow was dressed in gray, a shade as empty as she was of hope. This treaty was a necessity. She told herself that countless times. It would end the wars that had plagued their continent for generations. It would bind the 5 kingdoms of Calandra together forever. Either they would find a way to live together, or they'd die trying. The logical princess her father had raised, the fledgling politician, knew this was essential for survival. But the young woman with dreams of finding love had begun to wither the moment marriage stipulations had entered the conversation. There was a reason Sparrow was in this cellar, something she hadn't realized until it was too late. She was not here as her father's heir. She was not here to observe and learn. She was a token to be traded in the name of peace. These kings of men were worried that exchanging goods alone was not enough to maintain the accords. What better way to tie kingdoms together than to bind them by blood? By future generations, by the children she would someday bear. Children tied to 2 kingdoms. A silence settled around the table, making the hairs on the back of Sparrow's neck stand on end. She stood taller as the kings nodded.
"Do we have agreement?"
the high priest asked, his voice as silky as her chestnut hair. Every king, including her father, murmured,
"Yes."
The moment this treaty was signed, each king and their future heirs would be expected to maintain its stipulations. To break their oaths would mean death. It went against her nature as a Turin to give up her free will. Her father likely felt the same. Yet Tura had no choice but to participate. Their kingdom was strong, but not strong enough to stand against the rest of Calandra, especially while they were trying to recover from the Crux migration. Her father couldn't stop this treaty, but that fact didn't make her fate any easier to accept. One by one, each king drew a dagger or knife from a sheath. They sliced open their palms, dipped their quills, and scrawled their names in blood. Her father went last, with his pen poised over the treaty, its tip glistening in red. He cast her a long look. The pity and apology in his steely gray eyes made it hard for her to breathe. The green starbursts in his irises flared for a brief moment before he dropped his gaze to the parchment. The harsh scratch that came with his signature was quick, like an arrow through her heart. Sparrow dropped her chin so the kings would